Welcome to Grade 1 View, the podcast for future CRNAs by future CRNAs. A new series of Beyond the Mask supported by AANA.
Whether you're about to graduate from a nurse anesthesia program, trying to get accepted to nursing school, or you're somewhere in between.
This podcast is a resource and safe space for all things nurse anesthesia.
We're your host team. I'm Kevin Chem.
I'm Olivia Kahn.
I'm Charity Garno.
And I'm Larry Sears. So grab your Mac or your Miller, turn up your flows, and get ready, because this is Grade 1 View.
All right, welcome to our final episode of Grade 1 View. My name is Kevin Chem with co-hosts Olivia Kahn, Charity Garno, and Larry Sears. You guys, we made it to the end. How we feeling?
Can't believe it's already been a year since we've started this podcast. That's wild.
I know.
Yeah,
12 whole months. I mean, I feel like it's flown by. And I think especially for me, myself, Miss Olivia, and Mr. Kevin, since we are finally done.
Yep.
Partially done over here. Partially.
Right. Same. I still have to take my boards.
No, honey, I'm still in clinical.
Oh, what?
How much longer, Olivia?
Because all right,
You
long story
literally walked
short.
across the stage, Olivia.
Yes, Larry, I did on December 6th.
What is the southern
I went
accent?
to
She's been doing a southern
clinical on
accent since
Monday.
we've been talking at the beginning of this episode, too. I don't know what it is. I
No,
kind of
every
like it,
now and again, it comes and goes. Okay.
The Houston is just seeping into you.
It looks good on me. Okay, I know you know.
Yes.
But yeah, no, I have to finish out the month in clinical in order for the month to count as like the credit hours. So I am going to be in Houston till the 31st doing surgeries and working for free. And then the next day, Mama Khan and I are driving to Charleston.
Lovely. Well, that's close enough to the end.
Yeah, I think really though, like you walk past the stage and all that, and that's fun and dandy. But the real like sigh of relief is when you get that piece of paper that says pass.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even then it's like, is this even real? Like, is this actually real? And you're like doubting it for like a week, but then you see the actual CRNA and it's on the website, and that's when you can breathe your sigh of relief. And it'll
Y'all,
be
I
fine.
have the worst FOMO. Like all three of
I
you, I've
bet.
seen pictures of you walking across stages over
Yeah.
the last few months, and I'm over here like,
No, Charity, when do you
You'll get
graduate
there.
again? When do you graduate?
2027 August.
Oh, that's far away.
Yeah.
It's a little
man.
minute. You started this podcast
Kevin.
very early.
Yeah, we started clinical second semester, so woo,
How's that going?
girl.
That's what I want to know. Charity, when she first started
Yes.
here, she was just in the didactic portion. pretty
Yeah,
much,
I was
and then
like-
she didn't know what we were talking about
Yeah.
sometimes. And then
And now I
she's
do.
the
Let me
circle.
tell you.
Yeah, what do you do? What do you do every day, Charity? Tell us.
No, I mean, I will say the first few months of clinical are a unique kind of hell that I would never want to really relive again.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like, I'm so grateful that I'm past that first like hump, because just adjusting to like the ways of the OR is hell on earth. The most humiliating,
Yeah.
humbling experience I've ever gone through. But it's a common experience from, that's what's been so great about this podcast, like hearing everyone else's stories that are so similar. So across the board, everyone has to go through that. So I'm just happy I'm kind of on the other side of the initial few months, and I'm feeling a lot more confident and I've learned quite a bit. So
Are you rotating through many hospitals? Because
Mhm.
at least I was doing it like a different hospital pretty much every 30 days. And even just going to a completely new facility, it would set me back like
Yeah.
a week. Because I mean, it would be a different ventilator, different
Oh my
concentrations
gosh,
of
yeah.
drugs. I never feel more dumb than I do
Yes.
on day one at a
Yeah.
new facility.
Yeah, when you change your clinical site, absolutely.
It's so hard to adjust. And we do the same thing, Olivia, every 30 days. I just switched to a new site at the beginning of this month, and I was doing an LMA case, and it's a whole new ventilator that I've never seen in my life.
Oh yeah.
And I thought I had my patient on pressure support ventilation, and I thought my patient was back breathing. And so I was like, I told my CRNA, I'm going to pull it. I'm going to pull it deep.
Uh-huh.
And this man was not even pretending to breathe. And my CRNA is like, you might want the respiratory drive back first. And I was like, he is breathing. What do you mean?
And it still will happen to me to this day because I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm best friends with the Amitas, but then you give me like the old school Amitas with like the little tiny screen that's like
Yep.
probably as big as this microphone, and I'm like, what is this saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite an adjustment, but teaches you to be flexible, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll definitely help you toward the end. You might not see it in the beginning, but it'll definitely help you toward the end. Being
Yeah.
versatile and easy, you can switch to a different setup, different set of attendings, all that stuff. It'll help you be stronger, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
for
Larry and
sure.
Olivia, how did it feel being at the end? Like the last few months of clinical, did you feel like you got your stride, or was it still like a little awkward?
I would say for me, my last clinical rotation, I was skipping into clinical. I
Oh,
had a
good for
great
you,
last
homie.
rotation
Yeah.
only because I got to choose where I wanted to go. And I
Mm.
said, hey, I want to go to a place where we are doing knees and hips
Yeah.
and
Not me.
ortho
Not me.
belly
We
Not
cases
love
and
an
your
ortho
ortho.
case. We love
Yeah, and
ortho cases.
No, we
it
don't.
was
Yeah.
it, well, it was like
Yes.
relatively like low acuity, kind of
It's cold
it,
in
it,
there. Okay, well,
cold
with
and
the
where?
monkey suits on in the ortho ORs, I like ortho cases I've got nothing against, but the ORs that for ortho
Uh-huh.
significantly colder than a general, like just your laparoscopic OR.
I think that you made that up,
I
Olivia.
I don't
definitely
know if
did
that's
not.
true.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true. Yeah.
Charity,
Yeah.
you got to support me on this one, girl.
No, the robotic rooms are the coldest for me. They're dark and I'm like wrapped up in blankets and
You know what it might
Y'all
be?
haven't done this enough. Just kidding.
Right, y'all don't have enough cases, okay? You know what? Maybe it's because you have the implants and you can't go in and out, and they keep the door closed.
I don't know. Those people in their spacesuits, I'm sure they're hot in there. I see all the doctors have got sweat dripping down their nose, but I need I'm like trying to get under the bear hugger with the patient half the time. I literally will ask my preceptor if I can go to the bathroom to just run my hands under warm water
Oh
for
my
5 minutes.
gosh.
That is the level of cold
Sucks.
I am.
Oh, let me see.
Uh,
But yeah, so for me, it was good because I got to choose the place I was in, and like I just got to. I don't know. For me, I was just really excited about it being the end, and I think it would have taken a lot to like bring down my level of excitement at almost being at the end. I think maybe that's why my final rotation was like kind of butter. But it seems like Olivia, you had a different. You're still in it, so that's
You're still
probably
having
why.
it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, no, I'm still there. No, I mean it was fine. I don't get to choose where my rotations are because it's just made for me. So I'm just following the lovely calendar that was given to me a year and a half ago. But right now, it's so different because the hospital that I was at in November loved it. If I was staying in Houston, I definitely would have worked there. It was way more independent practice. The relationship between the anesthesiologist and the CRNAs was just, oh my God, heaven on earth. I felt like I was really getting into my groove, being super independent, doing everything on my own. And then now I'm at another hospital, which is medical direction. And they won't let me touch a patient sometimes. Like there was
Mhm.
one with a difficult airway and they told me to stand in the corner. And I was like, oh, but I want to do something. So it's just so different. And
Yeah.
then knowing that I'm going into peds. So it's going to be even more different.
I'm so excited for you to be going into peds. That's
You
so
know what?
cool.
You're the only person, Larry, on earth that gives that reaction. Every other preceptor is like,
Really?
no, they're literally like, why? And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, kids are cute. I like kids.
Mhm.
And I was like, maybe, and then I'm like, well, is it because I don't have kids of my own that I think kids are cute? So I don't know, but I am genuinely looking forward to it.
I'm
Yeah, it
excited
must be
for
because
you.
it must be because I was a peds nurse. So I'm like, oh my god, you're going to peds.
Yeah, I'm the same way, Larry. I'm like, I was NICU, so I love the kids. I just got to do a few peds cases a few months back, and like, I loved it. Like,
Yeah,
most people complain about it, but I had so
It
much
must
fun
be a
doing it.
personality thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I think it's all me.
And I
But
think also your training too. Like if you got good exposure in the peds and your training, then I think you're more apt to go to peds. If you don't get good exposure, then you're probably not. You're probably scared about it.
oh yeah, 100%. Well, I got a question for Kev.
Yes.
Okay, so talk to us about the transition, that first month of being a newly minted CRNA, working around
Yeah.
all the other CRNAs.
Yes.
What was
Yeah.
happening?
It was really tough. Well, first of all, they don't talk about, and I've talked about it multiple times because of this, the transition between graduation, passing boards, and then actually starting your job is like 2 months. Like really unless someone expedites something, like you're just sitting there without pay for 2 months. And it's just kind of it's a lot and it's really stressful and you just ride that credit card debt. And then when you start, it's humbling for sure. Yeah, I think the first month was like harder than any clinical training I ever had. But I did pick like
Really?
here with Guide, it's
one of the places we go to is an independent ortho center where it's, turn and burn, but the patients are still sick kind of thing. And it's like, you're the guy, you're pre-oping your patient, you're blocking your patient, you're turning over the rooms, you're doing all of that. So that was really stressful. Like, I never cried in clinical, but I think my first week, like, I know this was a fact. My first week of like work, Friday, I just broke down sobbing and called my
No
mom.
shame.
I was like, I can't do
No
this.
shame.
Yeah. And but once you get to it and really, the thing is, like, when you're picking your job, you pick something that you might not be great at, but you go running towards it. And now it's not that bad. It's still kind of bad, but it's not that bad.
How deep are you?
I'm like 3 months in now.
Nice.
And,
Wow.
we go to a level 1 trauma center too, which is literally right across there's a bridge over a highway that I just cross, and it's a 2-minute commute from, my apartment, and it's great. And the docs are great. The CRNA group hires the anesthesiologists, who are very nice, and they're very pro CRNA. So it's nice to have them for like backup and to bounce ideas off of, but they're not too overbearing either. And we do good work, like AFib ablations. We're in IR, we're in cath lab, and we do a little bit of the OR too. And that's been really fun. So having a practice where I can kind of jump around has been really rewarding, and it doesn't feel like work at all. I picked up an extra day today, and it didn't feel like work, and I made
Look at
money.
you.
And
He's
then I
got to pay
just
for his
came
couch.
home.
Right.
I do have to pay for my couch. I have to pay for furniture, stuff like that. It's just hard.
How
It's
did it feel to get
adulting.
that first paycheck?
it was fun. It was fun. But also, like, it was just gone. It was just gone.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it was just gone.
Yeah.
And 1099 was a whole thing too.
Yeah.
Like ChatGPT did everything for me. Like, I opened up an LLC. I have a business credit card. I have a business bank account. All this stuff. But yeah, no, it's been great. For me, the hardest thing was, like, we talked about this in the other podcast. It's like trying to be a human for the first time, because I'm on the younger side of things, so it's just been it's been a little weird for me. Like, I don't know, like going out and stuff. Like, I did that during school, but I mean, honestly, it was just like going out at night. So I'm like trying to like be a human and be a good like partner and a good date and like a good son and stuff. It's that's been the biggest challenge for me.
Got to integrate
personally.
yourself back into society.
Exactly, into society. Yeah, it's been weird, man. It's been weird, but you guys, it's worth it. The job speaks for itself, in that it doesn't feel like work, because like you're taking care of people's lives and making sure that they're safe during surgery. That's I know people say it's just a job, but for me, it feels like more than just a job. A little bit. There's a spectrum there.
It's definitely an honor to be able to take care of people. Like today, my dad's getting surgery tomorrow, and the surgery that I was in today is the exact same surgery that my dad's having tomorrow. And so it was just, another way to connect with my patients and really understand that this is a huge role that we have, and one that I hold so near and dear to my heart, and I genuinely love. Like, even on like the worst days, I still really love it. And I don't think very many people can say that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's actually funny that you say that, because my dad had surgery a few weeks ago, and I remember kind of being on the phone with my family and explaining everything, explaining
Yeah.
exactly what the surgery was going to be, how it was going to be, what the anesthesia was going to be like, how he's going to feel. And then my sister was like, "Oh, wow, I guess you do kind of know a little bit about what what you're doing." And
You're
you know
like,
what I'm
"Okay,
saying?
thanks."
Yeah, I guess I was here for 3 years. I actually did learn something. But yeah, it is actually really cool to be able to kind of see it from a different perspective now. And I think it's an honor to be able to be in a profession like this, where you're able to make such an impactful like change in such a short period of time, for sure.
Oh, definitely. But at the same time, I laugh at myself because, my parents came down for graduation, and I'm like looking at my dad at a completely new light. And I'm already like looking at him like, okay, doesn't have much of a chin, doesn't really have much of a neck. I'm already like thinking in my head, I'm like,
Right.
God, I hope they bring out like the glide scope, and like, and then are they going to damage his teeth? I hope they don't do. Now I know way too much, and I'm overthinking the whole thing.
Now your
And I'm
mind's
gonna be
racing,
that
right?
daughter. Yeah, exactly.
That's funny. Well, I have a question for everyone. We have been on this podcast for a year so far, and I'm just curious, what's everyone's favorite episode and why? Maybe we can just kind of go around the table and talk about that. Who wants to start? I choose Charity.
All right. Kevin already knows which one I'm going to say.
Oh, yeah?
I don't.
What's that?
I actually
You don't. All right.
Okay, Kevin, guess. Let's see if you're right. Guess, Kevin.
yeah,
Was
let's
it
do
was
that.
it the one we did at midyear?
No,
No, I
that
guess
one
that
was
wasn't
fun
us.
though.
That
That one was
wasn't us.
fun. I liked the substance abuse one that we did.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, those
That was a
were,
really good
I don't
one.
know, just
that's probably
that
mine, too.
whole episode doing it just gave me chills. And
Yeah.
like, I don't know, there was just so much raw honesty in them telling their stories about it, and just the realization that it's such a common substance abuse is such a common thing in our profession. So I really loved that episode. What about you, Kevin?
I have to, that one is the one because, of course, it kind of my favorite professor, Louisa, who I can call Louisa now, was in it, and now she's obviously a podcast host too. So that's kind of been a fun full circle. And then also I did one where it was just me and two of my classmates, and that's just like a time capsule that I get to keep forever, and that's fun.
That's amazing.
Like honestly, I didn't tell anyone, but like one of my friends' like life goals was to be on a podcast, and I was like, okay, well I can get you on mine. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and she was great. She was a great guest. Yeah, that was fun. Those are my two favorite ones that I'll probably re-listen to.
That's awesome. I would say my favorite one has to be the one at the National Congress. That was so fun. It was really cool to it was you were there, Kevin. It was really cool to kind of be able to do that podcast. They had like this makeshift glass kind of studio room right in the middle of the exhibition hall. It was really neat. And we were able to have a conversation and talk to a couple of RNs, so registered nurses who were not enrolled in CRNA school yet or not in CRNA school at all, and just kind of have a really interesting conversation. I thought that was pretty cool. I think that was the first time we had ever really even had a conversation with any person who wasn't actually already in the field of anesthesia, whether as a resident or as a practicing CRNA. So that was really cool, and it was just a fun environment. You got to see all the people walking around, and it was just cool. It was really great. I like that one a lot.
They were great. That was a fun Congress.
Super fun. Yeah, super fun. Good. And I can't wait to hear from both of those nurses to see, when they get into school and, hear them talk about it. Or hopefully they talk about it on their interviews and stuff like that. So that was just cool.
Okay, so I guess that leaves it with me then. Well, shocker to everyone, Earthwise Anesthesia wasn't my favorite episode. Probably just because I put an extensive amount of work into it. I don't ever want to think about it again.
That was a crazy episode.
What, Kevin? Kevin, you are going to be on my will.
Yeah, that was a lot of brain power right there, but we made it through.
I have a great story to tell you about that with Olivia too. After you're done, I have something I haven't told you about that episode. But go ahead first.
Oh my gosh! No, now I want to know.
Okay, I'll just tell you. So I was in the this is my last rotation. I was in the OR. I don't remember what we were doing, but I flipped the patient on low flow because now, since your episode, I always use low flow if I can, especially if they have end tidal control on it or whatever. And this place had gotten new machines, and I was using it. And the CRNA I was with was like, "Oh, it's so funny that you're using it. I was just listening to a podcast talking about low flow anesthesia." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And we started talking about it, and then I was just like, "Are you talking about grade 1 view?" And she was like, "Yeah, that one." And I was like, "Oh, cool." I actually know that podcast, and I told her I was on it, and then she was like, "Oh," she's like, "I actually kind of thought that. I didn't want to seem like weird or anything like that." But I was like, "Yeah, no, that was me."
That's awesome.
But she loved the episode as well. She loved the kind of breakdown of low flow, and she's very much so kind of a person that was like, against nitrous and kind of trying to be for the environment. So she really appreciated that episode. So your work is not in vain, Olivia.
Oh, thank goodness. I am influencing America, people. Who am I? No, that's awesome. Thank you so much for telling me that, Larry. Mm-hmm. So I would say my favorite episode would have to be the one I did for rural anesthesia because I met 3 of my absolute favorite CRNAs out when I was in Beaumont, or not Beaumont. Beaumont was also a lot of fun, but Snyder, Texas, because for the 3 of you that know, I had to literally pick up all 3 of my cats. Yes, listeners, we went from 2 cats. Now I have 3. And we drove about 7 hours out to just West Texas, middle of nowhere. And it was complete independent practice. And I was just so happy to bring on 2 of the 3 individuals who just made my day every single day. And I love shining the spotlight on people who don't normally get the spotlight. And since we actually did that episode, now Texana had been reaching out to them and saying, we want to hear more from you. So I think it's really great that. Oh yeah, no,
you guys have connections via this podcast. That doesn't happen.
We do.
Yeah,
we do. It's cool. Yeah,
that's
redneck
hilarious.
anesthesia.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm telling you, it's going to become a thing.
I just thought it was so funny because I had to road trip from Georgia to Arizona, and I had to stay there for a night, in their area, and I was like, "Who the hell lives out here?" And it's them. It's just them 2 out there, and it's it was fun. That was a good episode.
It was a great episode. I still text them every now and again, but it was great. I think things like that are really important to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You guys have any other fun anecdotes about someone calling out that you're on the podcast in real life?
My director did it at graduation.
Saying what?
Right. I know, just kind of mentioned it kind of
Yeah.
in a large group of people. And I was like, okay, I don't know, because I don't know about with you. Like in the beginning, I kind of flew a little bit under the radar and I just kind of let people find out about it. And obviously they did very quickly, but my faculty and all that are really supportive. And it was just kind of, I just like, just sitting there, then just calls my name out, literally talking during his graduation. And I was like, oh, hey, yeah, I'm on that podcast. What's up?
Hilarious.
Charity, has anyone ever done that to you?
All my faculty like knows about it and they're very supportive as well. I have one professor who teases me all the time. He's like, anytime I'm at his site and I'm with him, he'll be like, yeah, I'm afraid to be with you because you're about to rip on me in the podcast. I'm like, yeah, you better be nice.
Right.
And then I've had like one or two other CRNAs that like have mentioned it. They're like, hey, you're on that podcast, aren't you? But it's usually, I think, because they are like friends with my faculty and they've heard through that route, I'm pretty sure. And then I think I was at like Michigan nurse anesthetist conference, and I've had a couple RNs come up and introduce themselves and say that they were listeners, but nothing too crazy where it was just like a random coincidence like Larry's, but definitely have had some recognition from it, which is fun.
No, it's definitely, I've never had my face planted in so many random spaces. Like, I mean, even when you're like scrolling through Facebook, and it's not like I'm trying to look myself up. It just like, there's my face. And so it's just things like that. But yeah, I've had a couple of locum CRNAs. I have a mask on, a scrub cap on, all that good stuff. And like, they'll still recognize me. They're like, wait a minute, you're in the podcast, aren't you? And I'm like, yes. His eye. Please tell me about the patient.
They found out at my at one of the clinical sites, and I have like there's an orthopedic doc who's I'm Cambodian, he's Vietnamese, his name's Dr. Nguyen, and like we don't look alike at all, but people think we look alike and sound alike, so it's like the Spider-Man meme and all that. But apparently he played my podcast in the OR while I was like gone one day. Something, and it was just the funniest. I was like, oh, that's your twin, that's you on there. And I just just the thought of like someone just playing it to roast me is so funny. Yeah, it's the outreach. It's fun to see how we've grown this little podcast.
Well, I mean, we've won awards too. I think that was another big surprise. I mean,
award-winning podcast, absolutely.
Yes. Double award-winning podcast. I mean, gold and silver, guys.
Well, do you guys have a least favorite moment? Not even from the podcast, but just like of the year. What do you have, like from your anesthesia experiences?
I would definitely say those first few months where I started clinical. That was one large least favorite
dark
moment.
days for Charity.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Those first like 30 cases.
Yes.
Yeah. So
where you're
stressful.
like, what is happening? Like during induction, you're like, I don't know what to look at. I don't
I shed many tears. Tears.
Man. How about you, Olivia?
CV was definitely a low. And I'm a CV ICU nurse, but man, my CV rotation kicked my role behind. And I know a large part of that probably was because I only had 6 months under my belt, but like the people, they could be vicious. And
CV reputation.
Yeah. And I mean, but it was such a weird transition just going from like crazy hardcore. And then I go to like Texas Children's next, and it's like Disneyland. So it was just such a drastic contrast. But yeah, no, that was a low 2 months of my life in January and February. I like straight up cried to my mom every day because it was so bad. But you get through it, and now it's coming up on a year ago, which is absolutely crazy. But with all that being said, there is so much from CV anesthesia that I pull into just the general anesthesia realm, which is the purpose, I believe, of all of us going through CV. But yeah, would I want to do that again? Heck no.
I would say mine, honestly, I'm going to take a pretty big deviation. Mine's not clinical related. Mine is didactic related. Like, I just didn't enjoy the didactic component. Like, I enjoyed the learning part about it, but just the constant stress and, this idea looming over you that you needed to get this specific grade, and just knowing that you've studied so much and everything is kind of like hinging on whether or not you can point out the MAC of SIVO. You know what I mean? Like, it just these, the fact that you just have these exams that are looming over your head and you're preparing for them and you study for them, but you kind of just never really know. Like, I just didn't love that feeling, and leaving leaving that behind me is fantastic.
Yeah.
Were you integrated, Larry, or was it?
I was very integrated. Yeah,
Okay.
very integrated, which I actually enjoyed. I think because I feel like it helped me kind of apply things pretty quickly, and I think it
Yeah.
just helped things cement a little bit more. But yeah, I was integrated.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think I already kind of covered mine that first month, like out of school. The first year of being a CRNA is like a fourth year of CRNA school, basically. But like,
don't tell me that, Kevin.
yeah, I know.
Larry.
But once you get comfortable, but still vigilant, obviously. But once you get comfortable,
Always vigilant. What
yeah,
do you
always
mean?
vigilant. But
Right.
the job's pretty. It's not bad. It's a good
Yeah.
gig. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a good
That's
gig.
promising. That's promising.
If you see that green
Yeah.
couch in his background,
Yes,
it's a good gig.
Yes, that the
It's
cat's
a good
laying
gig.
on, that the cat is scratched all over. Yes,
I know.
it's a decent gig.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, like plans, any advice, any wisdom before we wrap up here?
Plans? Oh, I got plans, honey.
Yeah.
So I
Pass boards.
Yeah,
yeah, okay, yeah, that too. But and I'm gonna say this out loud. I am going to spend the next like 6 months apologizing to my body for the amount of stress that I put it through. I'm sick of seeing the little gray hairs that just pop up every now and again. I have a fracture on my front tooth. It's a
Oh.
hairline fracture, which I'm
Try to
making sound
intubate
a lot
yourself
thick.
or something.
You know what? Do not. No, and it's all
Did you let a
stable
student
and
intubate
not-
you, or
No, and from clenching my jaw. Okay, I've had
Oh.
like I don't know, lost my cycle for 6 months, like, and then I developed like acid reflux, GERD for a whole season. I was just I'm apologizing to me. I'm drinking tea. I'm doing a detox. We're gonna do some yoga.
How about you, Larry? Where are you going? Yeah, we haven't talked, man.
Let's see. I did take a job. I'm from California, as you guys know. I'm from Los Angeles, and I came to Pittsburgh for school. It's very cold here, and for whatever reason, I decided to not go back to sunny Los Angeles and go to Illinois, where it's also cold.
Yeah.
So I'm going to Illinois. I took a job there. I'm going to be there for a little bit, and then I'll end up back in California. I kind of knew that I would always end up back there. So I was like, you know what, this is a time for me to kind of explore something different. It is also a little bit on the more rural side, not like super rural, but a little bit of a different sort of environment that I grew up in. I grew up in anesthesia wise, rather, that I trained in, because it's such a dense kind of like urban population, kind of hospital environment that I'm here. So I'm excited for that.
Is it anywhere near Chicago?
It's like 2 hours south.
Okay.
So not really.
No big deal.
Yeah, it's doable.
So not really.
If you want to go to Chicago, I guess. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I love Chicago.
I mean, I would like, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Go visit my friends at AANA.
Yes, of course, of course. They got a lot of things in Chi, man. Chi's fun.
Yeah.
Cool. How about you, Charity? What's your 5-year plan?
Survive.
Yeah.
No, I think I'm going to request to do a rural rotation. Try saying that 10 times.
That was good.
Rural rotation.
That was good.
But yes, I think I'm going to try to do a rural site.
You still didn't say it right. Try one more
I know.
time.
I was now.
Third time's a charm, Charity. Third time's a charm.
No, I can't do it.
But yeah, that's like honestly the only thing that I'm thinking of doing outside of the norm. My next semester is my last semester of new information and didactic. After that, it's just board prep classes. So I'm almost through the thick of that. And yeah, just like I said, take it one day at a time, try to survive. I mean, when we started this podcast, I was barely a day in, and I'm just shocked I'm halfway through now. So it's not as bad as I thought, but also worse than I thought at the same time somehow.
Yeah, it's good. It's easy to gaslight yourself as a student, for sure.
For sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. What about you, Kev?
I'm just like working on my finances a little bit now that I'm making money, so
finances, what is that?
Well, I just read, I know. I read a CRNA say like get 6 months of emergency fund and then you're like free, basically. You know what I mean? Like you can do whatever you want. You can stand up for yourself and be a little more confident once you have 6 months. So I'm doing that, 401k-ing it, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to see the world a little bit. So I'm going to Japan at the end of January.
What about Australia? We got to talk about Australia.
I'm going to Australia before the second Australia, but I'm going to Australia
Oh.
first, and then I have a friend in Australia. We're gonna stop there, and then we're gonna go to Japan after. It's a whole thing. I won't get into minutia of it. Yeah, but
just
then
casual flex, just very casual.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, and then I'll be going to. I don't know if Olivia will be going to.
Listen, I
Yeah,
Going
I'm
where?
trying.
Sorry, Australia.
Brisbane for the
Brisbane.
International Federation of Nurse Anesthetists.
Is that 26 or
May?
26?
May. No, it's May 20.
I meant in 2026.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. There's something to think about. I'll be there though. I'll be there.
Okay,
I'm
Olivia, if
gonna
you go, I go. How about
GoFundMe.
that?
Okay, can we start a GoFundMe together? I just learned how to do a GoFundMe.
This is a pinky.
Yes.
You see the pinky?
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
month is this again? You said
May.
May.
Yes,
I have to
May.
watch my sister's French Bulldog in June, so that might work.
I'm glad.
That's giving very much so I have to wash my hair kind of an excuse. So
Yeah.
You haven't met my
Wow.
sister and this French Bulldog.
That's funny.
awesome. Yeah, it's crazy to see how far we've come in a year. I think when we first met, I was like in a really not great apartment in Macon, Georgia.
Mhm.
No, I'm here in Phoenix. It's a fun
Yeah.
little
In your penthouse.
and not
Yes.
penthouse.
Your
Yeah.
penthouse.
No, it is. It's
Yeah.
definitely given.
It's
penthouse
high
vibes.
up
It's
there.
very high because I
You
can
see those
see
15
behind
foot
you, and it's
ceilings.
high.
Yes, it's high enough for me to be satisfied. So yeah,
The cat's got
we'll
an
get there.
upgrade.
The
What can
cat's
we
got an
say?
upgrade for sure. But it's been fun, you guys. We've had a good time together.
Yeah, it's been wonderful. I'm so grateful to have had this opportunity. Like I've gained such good friends through you guys and our producer Aaron. Shout out Aaron.
Yes.
And I've just had
Yes.
the opportunity to connect with a lot of really cool people that we've had as guests on the podcast. So definitely very grateful.
Yeah, and that's it. So we got a new cast coming soon.
Yeah, so why don't we roll into that and just I don't know, I guess introduce it.
Go ahead.
Okay, sure. Okay. So basically what we're going to be doing now is we've got four new individuals, four new SRNAs that are going to come on and co-host RRNAs. SRNA rolls off the tongue better for me, okay? But thank you for correcting me, Kevin.
Still AANA podcast.
Yeah. Both work, okay? But yeah, no, the four new ones are going to come on and they're going to be for the second season of Grade 1 View because three of us need to retire and lose our little SRNA head cap, if you will. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what's going to be coming on next. I'm so excited for them to take a hold of the reins, say yeehaw, and see where they fly.
Yeah, well, we're excited for the next cast of characters who are going to be selected very soon. We may do a transition episode. We'll see how that goes. And that's it. That's a wrap on us.
Till
It is.
then.
Love you three very
Yeah.
much. Please come visit me in Charleston.
Yes.
Of course, everyone visits everybody.
Yes.
Oh, yes, 100%.
Okay.
All right,
Bye.
that's it for Grade 1
Bye.
View.
Peace.
Thanks for listening.